Welcome to the first 2K23 rant or 24 rant of the year. I've tried to stray away from this, and this isn't even really this is not going to be a rant really. It's just going to be a realization said over the microphone that many may agree with while many may disagree with. But essentially, simply put, how should I say? The 2K community stinks. They stink. The 2K community has went downhill. Now, of course, depending on where you look at it and where you stand and your age and your interest, depends on how you feel about that statement. But as for me, I'm 27. I've played 2K the majority of online gaming's peak, and now we're in the, prime, I guess you could say, of online gaming. I've been gaming online in the 2K community since 2K11. Well, technically 2K12, but 2K11 was out. So if I'm 27 now, at that time I don't even know the math. At that time I was 15, 14, 15. When 2K11 was out, 2K12 was out, I was 14, 15. Essentially about 12 years, essentially, I've been playing 2K online. And if you think the same way about this community, that the way that I do, how the majority of the community gets on your nerves, how you just can't stand randoms on both ends, either randoms on your team or randoms on the team that you're playing. If you can't stand the little gimmicky ideas that is going on in this game, and if you can't stand the fact that this game is literally has a severe case of monkey see monkey do, literally everybody that you play against, everybody that you guard, everybody that you see typically using the same dribble, the same jump shot, the same layup packages, the same dunk packages, the same release. I mean, we have gotten to the point now where they can have a base, but everybody's release look the same. It's even to the point now where the handness is the same, accessories the same, hairstyles the same. I mean, literally, it's just like you're playing a game and it's just like you're viewing iRobot. There's no variety. The game gives you so much variety, and unfortunately, because of the variety that's in the game and because of YouTubers and just websites in general, the variety tends to not even matter, because the analytics will go through it. And I look at 2K Lab as an analytical lab. Essentially they just test everything and send out the percentages of whatever that case may be, whether it's the green window or the speed or whatever it is, and you can point to them as a reason why there's less variety throughout the game. Now, I'm not going to put it entirely on them, because their website actually does give you multiple bases to choose from and multiple packages and things to go with, you know what I'm saying? So it can bring some type of variety, but we know 9 times out of 10 we're gonna see the same thing, and it's frustrating. It is frustrating as a person just to see the same thing. But then it's also time to realize that if you feel the way that I feel about 2K in particular, it's not the game, bro. You're old. It's okay. You're old. You're getting sick of this. You're getting sick of being 27, 28, 29, 30, maybe older, 26, 25, 24. You're getting sick of loading up this game and realize that you are most likely playing with kids or young adults. The majority of the people that you're going to play with in this game are not even mentally developed fully yet. Some of them may not even be physically developed yet. So now you might be playing with somebody from the ages of 8 to 24. And we all kind of know essentially that until you reach 25, everything's not fully developed yet. I believe at like 21, you physically stop growing. But as far as mentally, me being 27, I could look back at when I was 21 and 22 and 23, and the things that I was doing at that time, or way I was moving at that time, I wouldn't move now at 27 just off of just gaining knowledge and wisdom. So now it's just time to realize that you're playing with those type of people. Those are the type of people that's on your team. Those are the type of people that you're playing against. People who have not developed mentally yet. And now you have to look at it as the fact that was you one day. You know what I'm saying? That was you. I've heard a saying once that I've been your age before. You haven't been my age before. So for those that are like me and older, we have to realize that was us. we were the teenager to the young adult who was very, I guess, good at a game at a point in time, or we were just so in tune with how the game was playing at that age that we were great. And then the people who was our age at that time was looking at us the same way we're looking at them now. And that's just the truth, man. You know, I'm pretty sure I've said it on this channel before, even through those podcast episodes or through other rants. These games aren't the reason that you're not enjoying your experience. It's not the games. It's not the developers per se. Now, of course, there's some, you know, outlier circumstances that may cause that statement to not be true. But the majority of the time, it's never going to be the game itself why you're not enjoying it. 9 times out of 10 is going to be the community that develops from that game. And I'm starting to get to a point now, and I know I may be late, but it's better to be late than never. But I'm starting to get to a point now where I realize that the continuous cycle of games that grew this channel, Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, that continuous cycle of playing these same 3 games that are just based off of gimmicky gameplays. That's what I'm gonna call them. You know how to say put GGs in the chat? My GGs mean gimmicky gameplay. You understand? That's just what it is. Each of those games all possess gimmicky gameplay. They stress or sell their game on authentic realism. And, you know, 2K with the pro play, and you know, Madden with the what's that thing Madden got? What's that thing Madden got, y'all? Field sense, is that what it is? Like field sense or whatever. And then, you know, Call of Duty always tries to base their game off of realistic, as I air quote that, realistic tendencies. But at the end of the day, we all know it's gimmicky. And unfortunately, YouTube is such a big platform now that there's a big platform and there's a way to have a business on it and to, you know, start from there and venture off. So you have a lot of gimmicky people who are gonna go and take these gimmicky games and make a living off of showing you how to become gimmicky or spam the game for what it's not intended to do, right? And then you have the minority of people, for instance, like in the 2K community, you have YouTube channels like Jersey Made 93 and Black Cobra and Kevin Cruz, who teach you the game, and Kevin Cruz in particular will teach you different styles of the game based off of the player that you want to imitate or the player that you want to use. You know, he teaches you how to chain together their real life combo moves and apply them to 2K. You know, so shout out to those guys who, you know, are attempting to be different. But even with those guys, if you follow their channels, you realize that their uploads aren't frequent. You know, their uploads aren't frequent. Now, I don't know them, but I'm pretty sure most of them are probably older. They probably have, you know, a life outside of gaming, you know, probably wives, maybe kids, you know, things of that nature. And they have also kind of just got into the mentality that I'm developing, as far as just like, man, look, I'm gonna play this game the way I want to play it, and I'm just gonna start cutting it off when it ain't fun. And unfortunately, now this is the time in 2K where the meta starts to shift fully, And then you start to see the game for what it is. And the majority of the things now that you see are these two-way floor spacing slashers. You starting to see the big point guards again, the 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", PGs, and it's the same dose of you're gonna come into the rec 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have 3 to 4, and it's crazy because 4 people in 2K now might be the most elite lineup, because an AI, the way the AIs are programmed in 2K24 are better than human beings, and that's crazy to think of. But the AIs in this game will play much better than a user, and the AIs are like 85s. It's so bad to a point now where I would rather load up a game with AIs than load up a game and have users. Is that not sad? I essentially would rather play with my career team online against a team of 5 than to play with a team of 5 against another team of 5. Because at least with an AI, you know what to expect with an AI. You know AI gonna clamp his man. You know he's gonna pick up. You know he's gonna follow his arrow. And more often than not, he's going to hit his open shot. Now, depending on your AI, depends on your shot. AI centers don't seem to shoot as well as AI guards, but they still shoot. But you have users who are 99s, 96s, 97s, 3-point shot hunters, inside out scores, floor spacing slashers, threes next to their name, your dimer's on Hall of Fame, your needle threader is on gold, you're activating the playmaking takeover badge, and these jokers still can't hit an open catch and shoot shot. What else do you need? You know, and another thing about the community and their takeover, why do these individuals who spend the whole game doing something else, passing, slashing, stealing, why do they have the option to activate a sharpshooting takeover? You know, I've had a good analogy to what sharpshooting takeover is like, but it may ruffle some feathers. But sharpshooting takeover is like the internet women that we see, and even some men. That sharpshooting takeover makes that individual become delusional. It's so crazy to see that some people will take that sharpshooting takeover and magically all of a sudden get this eerie confidence to do stuff that they don't do. That's not your play style. Bro, I just watched you come up the court and pass 4 times and stand in a corner. But because you have sponge, now you got a sharp takeover, now you want to dribble? You want to try to dance behind the screen with the Curry slide? You want to try to shoot some 3 all of a sudden? That wasn't your game when the game started. Now all of a sudden, you became a shot creating sharpshooter? Stop it. Stop it. You wasn't good before the takeover. You doggone sure ain't gonna be good with it, and you ain't gonna be good after it. You're just not good. But who am I? All I am is a guy that literally plays the point guard position just to literally control the art of the game. I don't play point guard to try to score 30 on you. I just play point guard just because the community don't even deserve to have that position. And it's crazy. And the craziest thing about it is that it could all be avoided if you could just get a consistent team of 5. But you know what's so crazy about this game? The more players you have on your team, the worse the runs become. And why is that? It seems like the more players you get on your team, the weaker the opponents you play. Meanwhile, when you have less players on your team, the stronger your opponents become. You walk into the squads rec with 2, you about to get 3 bozos are going against a full, well-oiled team. And we not even gonna go into depth on the teams of 5 in the rec, because 2K refuses. I mean, they absolutely refuse to make Pro-Am any incentive to play. They tried to this year by giving you extra rep and things of that nature, but until you really put a concerted effort to get teams of 5 out of the rec, it's never gonna stop. See, y'all started it by squads and no squads. You know, that's the baby steps, squads and no squads. Because now, for those who don't have any friends, they get to meet random people. But 2K left out the people who don't have a full 5. Right? So you could, I feel like to fix that, you can have squads. You could really just have all manner of iterations that can go into the rec as a door in the rec. Like Call of Duty Battle Royale games, you got solos, duos, trios, quads. Right? Y'all following the Battle Royale method anyway. We got battle passes now. We get these things that's unlocked behind screens now. You know, we get things that's locked behind paywalls. So why not just have a solos, have a duos, have a quads, a trios, and then your team of 5? Or you just have solo, duos, quads, trios, and then when you got 5, you got to go to Pro-Am. What's wrong with that? Am I thinking too far ahead? Am I giving 2K too much, you know, leeway to get that completed? Possibly. You may be right, you know. But I mean, what is there for me to do? Right? I guess the obvious choice is to just stop playing the game. And that is an option. I mean, I did do that with Madden. I'm done with that game, that company. I have no desire, no urge to play that game. Particularly because I just see my issue with the games that I play, and maybe it's just my mentality about gaming, is that I try to respect the integrity of the game. Right? If I'm playing a basketball game, the whole goal of basketball is to play as a team to achieve the goal, which is to win the game. The best basketball teams have role players who all fit and sync together well, and all play off of each other's strengths and weaknesses. Right? But that's just, you know, natural basketball analysis and thought process. But then you play this game and everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to make the LeBron builds, the Jason Tatum builds, the Steph Curry builds. You know, everybody wants to make the Ja Morants and the Trae Youngs and you know, these elite tier Jokic and Embiids, Giannis's, these elite tier players. But it'd be 5 of y'all in the party. You know what I'm saying? It's 5 of y'all in the party. and y'all all making superstar builds like it's an all-star game. But y'all not playing against other all-star teams. You hear what I'm saying? Like a dude to come out, oh, I'll make a Giannis. You don't hear his 5-man saying, okay, I'm gonna make a Brook Lopez type build. Nah, he like, nah, I'm about to make a Jokic. I'm about to make an Embiid. His 3 not saying, okay, I'm about to be Chris Middleton. Nah, his 3 saying, I'm about to be Jason Tatum, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. His 2 not saying, oh, I'm about to be Klay Thompson. Nah, his 2 saying, I'm about to make a Kobe build because he on the cover. Point guard not saying, all right, well, I'm about to be Drew Holiday or Dame Lillard. Point guard saying, I'm about to be Curry, Allen Iverson. How does that work? What is a team of Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, and Joel Embiid gonna do? Sounds good on paper, but do it fit. Do it match. Joel Embiid need the ball. Giannis need the ball because he can't shoot that well. Kawhi Leonard need the ball. He ain't no catch and shoot dude. We all know what Kobe's like. And AI need the ball too because he can't shoot neither. But these are the players y'all making to play together though. Or we have your typical team now. The typical 2K24 team is a small ball big, power forward, 2 bums on the team with 99 still that now they feel like with the 99 still that they have, they're elite at the game. Knowing that the game has no counter for any 99 still. Which I guess is alright. I guess if you got 99 still and unless I got 99 ball handle, I shouldn't be able to be affected, or, you know, you should be more effective than I am, you know. But all in all, man, the game is just gimmicky. These games are all gimmicky. These games are all annoying. Every year, the older I get, the worse it becomes. The quicker these games start to irk my nerves. But we're venturing out. For those of you who follow the channel, you've seen that I've ventured out. I've had more fun uploading career videos for this game than I have with online videos. That's why you haven't seen any online videos. Because what am I going to show you with my online videos? You know what I'm saying? What am I going to show you? Am I going to show you that 9 times out of 10 I'm about to come out here and punch on some bums the entirety of the game without playing the zone, without being flashy or being able to dribble, literally just change the speed and man-to-man defense, and I'll punch, and we can punch on somebody by 50 points. You know what I'm saying? You can look at some of the posts that I posted on my channel. Those are what my typical days are. But then you get those days where it seems like 2K literally just matches you up with things against you. It's like they skill-based matchmaking. You know? I got 2 point guard builds, or I've had a few point guard builds that I, you know, play around with. And every time I bring one out, 2K matches me up with either the same type of players or puts me up against a team that negates what I do, but then they put people on my team who are garbage, who stink, right? For instance, for example, you know, I have an offensive heavy guard, point guard build, right? You know, high shooting, high finishing, high dribbling. My defense only is 76. Bronze clamps, right? So what do? 2K match me up with me and my 2 other friends, puts us on a team with 2 idiotic human beings, and then I got to man up against a bum at the 1 who's a 6'6", 2-way floor spacing slasher with bulldozer on gold to Hall of Fame, because literally every time you touch him when he drives, you out of bounds, getting bumped out of bounds, and he's taking this easy layup, right? And he'll do that to you 4 or 5 times in a row, and then activate his shooting takeover, and then completely change the way that he play and become easily guardable, because now he's Curry sliding left, righting behind the screen and try to shoot a 3. Instead of literally just going to the same well that was just feeding him, that got him to take over in the first place. But whatever. Then you switch your build, and now I have a inside the arc playmaker build, which is the one that you see in this video, where I sacrifice some offense. I make my offense mediocre to become a defender, more of a defender. So now I got, you know, a steal rating, a perimeter defense rating, you know, still can finish a bit, but not as high. My layup goes from a 91 to 85. My shooting goes from 92 to like 76 and like 82 or something like that, right? And then you match me up against players who have now removed their offense from their builds. So now we're all out here, all defense, and me as the point guard, you know, I'm not, or I can shot create, but the way that I shot create is different based off of what everybody else does. And now everybody's in the way, and we all standing on top of each other, and then nobody wants to shoot. And then of course, now I'm playing a dude that's not going at me. I'm playing a dude that'll go stand in the corner, right? And meanwhile, somebody else get going at. So, nonetheless though, this game don't stink, but the community stinks. But the community doesn't stink because they stink. I think the community just stinks because I'm getting older. I'm getting sick of y'all. I'm getting sick of this game. I'm getting sick that people don't know how to make open shots when literally you don't have to do nothing except stand there and catch and shoot. There is literally almost 14 freaking badges to help you make a catch and shoot shot. You got catch and shoot. You got open looks. You got spot finder. You got limitless range. You got corner specialist. You got dimer, relay passer, touch passer. High ratings. And you can't make an open 3? You can't make a catch and shoot 3? If you can't make a catch and shoot 3 in this game, you need some self-evaluation, bro. Because if you can't do the simplest job in this game, which is catch and shoot, why would somebody expect you to do anything that's more complicated? Everybody be using YouTube for a shot. 2K Lab for bases. All these things that you using and you still can't make a shot, bro. You might as well just go buy you a Zen. Order you a Zen. Now, yeah, granted, people gonna miss some shots. But if I start screenshotting every 3-point shot hunter, or some dude that got a shot like high 85 or 80 and above 3-point rating, if I screenshot these dudes and they out here 3 of 12 and 3 of 11, 3 of 14 on wide open catch and shoot shots, what you want me to do? You want me to say, oh, you'll get them next time? No, you suck. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last. But this might be my only rant of the year. It might be my only rant. Cause I just don't have the patience or the time. And really what I look like ranting, really. I'm playing a kid's game and expecting, you know, greatness. I'm playing a game, like I said, I'm playing a game where people aren't even physically and mentally developed yet, and expecting, you know, good things out of it. I'm setting myself up playing these games, boy. I hope you enjoyed the rant, man. If I touched you in a negative way, you feel some type of way after this video, I don't care. I really don't. And if you agree with the things I said in this video, and you're like me, and we need to just find something else to do with our time, or another game to play to do with our time, because the games we've been playing ain't it. But until next time, it's Chris Jones is signing out.